Well, this weekend I did attend one of the briefings in Washington about the Syria situation. I have no doubt Assad used chemical weapons on a large scale. The president's argument is he did it and we need to do something about it. But exactly what we do, how it will matter, are still questions I think a lot of us have. And so when we go back in session next week, this is going to be the top issue on the agenda. I haven't made up my mind. Among other things, we don't know what we're going to be voting on, exactly what the authorization will say. But it is serious decision, I think, for each of us to make.
For what we do know, for what we do know and what you have been debriefed on,
Mm-hmm.
how do you see it going with what's going on today and then when you guys go back in session next Monday?
Well, as I say, I think it's clear that a large number of people were killed with the use of chemical weapons. What's also clear is that this is a civil war inside Syria where there are few, if any, good guys. And so that's what makes it very challenging, because the president wants to deter further use of chemical weapons but not make a difference in that civil war. And so one of my concerns is it's pretty hard to calibrate the effects of your action in wartime. But that's, again, part of the questions, concerns that I think a lot of us will have in the coming weeks before a vote is actually cast.
Do you feel the way Obama is handling this situation? Because you were talking to me earlier about how it seems like he's letting the enemy know everything.
Yeah, no. I've got lots of concerns. One of them is the president loves to talk about what he's not going to do. Well, that's not a very good military strategy to say, okay, you don't have to worry about this, and you don't have to worry about that, and you don't have to worry about this. And that's part of the reason I have concerns about a military action which is designed not to do too much, but basically to send a message. There are cheaper ways to send a message than using the men and women of our military or our military weapons. So again, these are questions, concerns. I also worry about if nothing happens, what's the consequences of that? So there's a lot to balance. Okay.
Well, the Syrian electronic army, they hacked into the Marines website yesterday. I don't know if you had.
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, they hacked into the Marines
They
website.
blamed them for the New York Times earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that too.
Yeah.
Is there going to be stepped up cybersecurity if we do something in Syria?
Well, there better be, because cyber is a new domain of warfare, and whether it is the Syrians or the Iranians or the Russians, the potential for some sort of retaliation in cyber as well as in the real world is very much present. So that's part of, I think, what we all have to think about. If we do something, then what happens? And then what happens? What are the consequences, second and third and fourth order consequences? And cyber is a new domain of warfare that we have to take into account.